Benue under siege as herdsmen kill over 500 in Agatu, Otukpo, and upper areas of the state. Benue State again. This is the state of the Reverend Father Alia as the governor. So the same thing that the former governor has been talking, has said a lot, and they almost wanted to kill him until he left office. The same killing is still ongoing as we speak, and this is a very bad one. It's a very bad one. We thought with what happened in Plateau State that all of this will be stopped. It happened in December. Okay, now the worst has happened in Benue State. These are the states of Middle Belt, and the Fulanis are trying to claim. This is terrible. This is terrible. Benue State, the nation's food basket, is trapped in an endless crisis. Residents of over 200 villages now find themselves targeted on a daily basis by heavily armed herdsmen reportedly cloaked in military camouflage. Daily Post gathered that over the past 3 months, the toll has been staggering, with over 500 lives allegedly lost within 3 local government areas in Benue State and Benue South Senatorial District, known as Idoma land. Idoma. So villagers in Otukpo, Apa, and Agatu local government areas are bearing the brunt, with reports of marauders, butchering several locals, leaving many homes completely burnt down and numerous residents still missing. That's bad. So the perpetrators, however, remain elusive, with no one claiming responsibility for the heinous attacks, though locals point fingers on Fulani herdsmen. Bloodbath returns to Agatu. So Agatu, which enjoyed relative peace in recent years, has once again been visited with bloodbath. Visited with the bloodbath, extending to neighboring communities and local government areas like Apa and Otukpo. So the latest wave of violence that ravaged Agatu left communities like Ogumogbo, Ipele, Ejima, Okokolo, Olegomaku, Olegonyilo, Nahem, Ocholonya, Abugbe, Ugboju, Odubeho, and Olegobidu, decimated with numerous lives lost. What started as a mere flicker of unrest in Agatu has now erupted into a full-blown war, spreading to the villages like Umogidi and Entekwa, areas of Adoka in Otukpo. Can you imagine? So Idoma youth face armed men with limited resources. So a local source revealed that over 700 armed men have surrounded Otukpo, Akpa, and Agatu villages with no security personnel in sight to challenge them at the moment. Despite the valiant efforts of Idoma youth from Ohimini, who volunteered to defend their ancestral homes, they are faced with formidable adversaries armed with highly sophisticated weapons like MG3, Heckler, and Koch G3, AK-47, and other dangerous arms. Can you imagine? Machine guns. So villagers have also continued to bemoan the scarcity of security personnel in the affected areas. A local vigilante who refused to be named recounted a recent encounter with security personnel who, rather than offering protection, warned against any retaliatory action. Can you imagine? So he told a reporter, "We, the youths from Ohimini and Uboju, came here to help our brothers and sisters, but things turned out really tough. The security people who were supposed to protect us didn't do any job. And when we got here, one of them warned us that if we shoot without caution, they would take away our guns." Can you imagine? We only have Dane guns, only called Shakabula, with 10 rounds of ammunition. Okay, but when we went into the forest, things were much harder than we thought. The enemies we faced were too difficult to handle and we had to retreat. So it is a widely circulated video. In a widely circulated video obtained by our reporter, one of the volunteers currently on the battlefield revealed that the villagers were going through. Revealed what the villagers were going through. So according to him, the attackers seem to be on a mission to erase the Idoma community from the map of Nigeria. We are about 50 youths from the neighboring communities, and when we arrived here, the situation was way beyond our expectation. Facing these people with our den gun is a suicide mission. So they are fully clad in military uniforms. Unfortunately, we fell into their ambush and they killed 4 of us. Currently, we are trying to retrieve the bodies from the bush to prevent them from decaying, but we no longer have ammunition. These attackers shoot on sight. So we urge the government to come to our aid. Idoma leaders, please help us. We are under siege. Our land is under attack, and they are slaughtering us like chickens. Can you imagine? So this Benue State now is in a very bad condition, and the government will play like they are not hearing all of these things. So Benue State is now in a very bad condition. Who will help them? Who will come to their aid? That is the question. Someone said this is exactly their plan to destroy the Southeast. This is the reason for IPOB. This is the reason for ESN. This is the reason for Nnamdi Kanu. The Igbos saw this plan more than 50 years ago, but the Afonjas and their likes were busy labeling the Igbos as the greatest enemies of Nigeria. Some were shouting, go back to your God-forsaken land. Some were shouting, we are not Igbos. But now, just look at the state of the nation. It's very bad, I tell you the truth. This is terrible. This is terrible. Some say, do you expect security from a country where the army, police, civil defense, etc. are recruited to provide security for the politicians and their families only? It is really sad. Is former Senate President David Mark not from that area? What has been his input on these massive killings? I'm telling you, David Mark is there. Danjuma is there. Herdsmen kill over 500 Nagato to go Upper Benue State, a food basket of the nation. The same country that President is telling us that we will export food to the outside world. I then ask, are the farmers going to practice their farming in their rooms? Government must stop these empty promises and propaganda and face the realities of hunger in the land. It's a very terrible situation, I must tell you the truth. With all this killing and stealing of government money by government officials, how do you expect Nigeria to win Africa Cup of Nations? God is angry with Nigeria. Leaders, innocent people, blood is crying against Nigeria. This is just the beginning until one Nigeria is dissolved. Exactly. State police will put an end to this protracted madness. Exactly. Tinubu, one of the best things Tinubu should do is approving state police. Immediately state police is approved, all this nonsense will stop. Everybody will protect his state, and nobody will allow nonsense from another state into another state. That is it. So the Benue State is under siege, and I hope federal government, Tinubu, defense headquarters, we should be able to go and help them. Now, this is going to lead to a point where civilians and Nigerians will have no option but to bear arms, whether legal or illegal, to protect themselves. They will take the laws into their hands. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. This is almost like SOS now from Benue State.